Hi guys! It's me, Fatima Amsarat, a third year BS nursing student. So in today's vlog, I will be ranking some of our national heroes' works, which are the Port Telefono, the Endurance of the Filipino, Vision of Fray Rodriguez, Filipinos dentro de 100 años, No Limitangere, and lastly, el filibusterismo. So I will be ranking from least to best and based on my opinion. So let's start with rank 6. So the list for me, or the rank 6, is the Port Telefono. So let me read or discuss about the Port Telefono. So by phone or Port Telefono is a play written by the national hero of the Philippines, which is Jose Rizal. And there are two friars debate social challenges and plans for the Philippines. It was published in 1889 as a response to Father Salvador Fon's discrimination against No Limitangere. Phrase spoken in Madrid reverberates throughout the Philippines like an echo. In this article, written as though from the future, Rizal criticizes the tyranny of the friars in his day with satire and irony. So, I choose this as my 6th rank because it was nice. However, there is nothing that I can perceive anything about myself in the presented topic. I never had intended for others' worst, and I didn't expose how weak I am in front of everyone just to gain affection and attention. And I am kind of person who doesn't care about what people think about I am kind of person who doesn't care about what people think and just do everything I wanted with knowing what is right and wrong, and what is as well as what is good and bad. And it was mentioned that the work was made due to the discrimination, and I didn't support any forms of discrimination or prejudices. After reading the novel, I felt proud again with Rizal in the manner he treats his haters. The way he treats his haters. He just again employs where he good at writing that shows how intelligent and knowledgeable he is. So that was my reflection for Port Telefono. Let's put this. And then for the rank 5, I would choose Vision of Fray Rodriguez, as this is my rank 5. So let me give some what is being discussed in this work of Rizal. So Rizal's work intended the La Vision of Fray Rodriguez. It was written by Rizal while he was studying in London and receiving word of Fray Rodriguez's unrelenting assault on his work knowledge. So, La Vision del Fray Rodriguez is a comedy presenting a lively conversation between Saint Augustine and Priest Rodriguez. In this pamphlet, Rizal displayed his extensive religious understanding and sharp wit. So this work by Rizal aimed to demonstrate the unjust ruling of Jose Rodriguez, the priest. The work ended by punishing the priest for his own sins, so that for the rest of his life he will continue to speak and write gibberish, causing the world to laugh at him. So this is my 5th rank. So my reflection in this rank is I choose this because sincerely I see nothing of myself in this subject, in this topic, in this work of Rizal. I am Islam and I have never heard any rumors about our respected leaders abusing their authority. However, I am aware that our religion is very strict and conservative when it comes to the following words of God. However, I do not consider this to be a problem, as it is essence of religion to which is the essence of religion to follow the words of God. How and again, I have never heard I have heard rumors that the leaders of some religions use their position to influence the viewpoints of others for their personal profit. They utilize God's words for their own profit. In any case, I am not in a position to judge them, so I will leave that matter in their hands or in their own. So that's why I choose this at my feet. And as for my rank 4, it will be the endurance of the Filipino. The endurance. So let me read some short about this work of Rizal. So La Indolencia de los Filipinos, better known in its English translation as The Indolence of the Filipinos, is an essay published by the Philippine national hero Dr. Jose Rizal to explain the supposed sloth of his people during the Spanish colonial period. The indolence of the Filipinos is a study of the reason why, contrary to popular belief, the Filipinos did not labor hard during Spanish rule. Before the arrival of the Spaniard, the Filipinos were diligent and hardworking, according to Rizal. So the Spanish rule caused them to be called indolents because it's all because of the Spanish rule. Anyway, my reason why I choose the indolence of the Filipinos. So if someone asked me if I saw anything about myself in this work, I would say, or I would respond affirmatively. I would respond affirmatively. I noticed similarities between myself and how Rizal characterizes the Filipinos at that time, which is being lazy with a valid excuse. Since I am a student, I utilize laziness as a coping method to deal with all the stressors. As I became unmotivated when I felt that our instructor were overloading us with activities. I do believe that I should prioritize my mental health because I don't want to repeat my experience in senior high school, in which I was extremely vulnerable due to the mental health issues. So secondly, I do have the perspective that I shouldn't always work hard, because once you work hard, you expect more from your effort, and once you expect more, you put your trust in your work, and most of the time we can't forecast failure, and once you fail, you were upset and disappointed. I hate disappointments. So more work or more disappointment if it fails. Lastly, I have social concerns that are detrimental to my mental health, I think. So recently, I've been evaluating my relationship with others, such as my friends and family, and I don't understand why I am always fail them, or why I feel that our relationship exists solely for their benefits, or there is a beneficial relationship. So I do not know what I am thinking, and I despite it, since it affects how I interact with others. Perhaps, or maybe I am not mentally stable, or perhaps it is just my personality. So that's my reason why I choose the indolence of the Filipino, or the indolence of the Filipino, or La Indolencia de los Filipinos. So it will be 4. My third rank, so we are now in third, it would be Filipinas dentro de 100 años. So I love this. So kanidyo to siyang work ni Rizal na nakapashoot sa ako, because I will explain it later why. So Rizal's essay, Filipinas dentro de 100 años, in which he thoroughly analyzed the situation at that time that lead to his prediction, the future of our country within a century. It is the prediction of Rizal after hundred of years. So in this article, Rizal confidently predicted that something will enlighten the brains and steer the hearts of the Filipino people regarding their suffering. In addition, Rizal predicted that Spain would be supplanted, or so we will be colonized by other country, or that Philippines would get their desired independence. So I choose this work because I perceived I found a similarities between myself and Rizal. I enjoy predicting the future because it gives me the motivation that I wanted, especially during overcoming my challenges in life. Sincerely, I have been writing down my predictions or goals that for the next 10 years, and I always read them whenever I feel lost or need motivation, and it is beneficial, I think. I believe it is beneficial. I love this work of Rizal kay mura man gud siya naghatag og mura siya naa siya trust sa Filipinos and as well as sa Philippines. So it is my third. And now let's proceed. And my second choice, and it would be no other than El Fili. So in El Fili, it is discussed here. It is so El Fili is literally the greed regime, right? So this was the second novel written by Rizal and dedicated to his country. This work was the sequel of Noli Me Tangere. However, while Noli discussed romance and love, El Filibusterismo discussed the politics and governmental difficulties of our nation. It indirectly targets the Spanish government. It is a political tale filled with hatred, sadness, pain, violence, and vengeance that is intended to rouse the Filipino people against their oppressors. So this is my second because I love reading books, and I love this. So I would say, so if someone asks me if I can relate or I see myself in this book or in this second chapter of Noli or second sequel of the Noli Me Tangere, I would say no. I honestly say no because I honestly see no resemblance between myself and the novel's characters. I believe that most of the characters in El Fili exhibited a significant negative side. I usually sa mga characters din kay mga negative na kayo, nagabuhat na sila o mga revenge, sad, kayo siya. Indeed, it is the more in pain, violence, and exactly just like Simon, the main character. So I despise how Simon persuaded others to accomplish his goals using corrupt and foolish means. So I loathe the fact that the majority of the people he was surrounded by, whom assumed to be kind and decent, supported his concept of violent revolution or violent revenge. Sincerely, I am not one of those individuals who seeks retribution when mistreated. Similar to that concept of Rizal's revolution, we should prioritize self-improvement so that one day you may demonstrate that the person they once looked down upon is now the one they look up, or they're the one they respected. So yeah, I love this. So let's put it in the second. Let's put this at second. And now for the very, very best. The best among the rest. And it would be Nolimitangere. It would be Nolimitangere. So let me read a short description or short summary about the work. So Nolimitangere, known for touching up, which Jose Rizal described the Spanish colonization of the Philippines and the cruel treatment of the Filipinos by the Spanish. It followed the narrative story of Crisostomo Ibarra, who traveled from Europe to the Philippines to study for 7 years before returning to Philippines. At the home of Captain Tiago, he reunited with his acquaintances, including his adversary, Padre Damaso. He also visited his long-missed lover, Maria Clara, and he was surprised to find that his father had passed away. Lieutenant Guevara, his father's body, explained the circumstances surrounding his father's passing. This infuriated Crisostomo Ibarra, prompting him to begin a revolution against Padre Damaso and the Spanish government. So why I do love this work, why it is among the best? Because in my own reflection, if someone asks me if I see myself in this topic, I would say confidently yes. I view myself like, also in this Nolimitangere, I view myself like Maria Clara, a daughter who is obedient, and I see similarities in how or she prioritized her family. I too adhere to the notion that my family should always come first. And I had to pick between, if I had to pick between my family and other commitments, I would still choose them, because there is a perception that I believe that I live for myself and I kept on living because of them. Even though we had many misunderstandings, they are still the ones who make me feel at home, safe, and it's okay not to be okay. Because at the end of the day, when everyone is judging you, how you acted or what decision or path you choose, they are the first and last person to tell you that it's okay, even though you know it was not okay. And so that's my reason why I choose Nolimitangere. Kay makarelate ko kay Maria Clara. So dili katong being a gentle, being the ideal woman, but katong pagiging obedient daughter niya. So I will put this at my rank 1, and that ends my vlog. So that will be all. So again, my ranking is I do have first Noli, second El Filibusterismo, third Filipino de Service in Años, fourth the Indolence of the Filipino, and fifth the Vision of Fray Rodriguez, and sixth por telefono. And that will be all. Thank you.